everybody. I hope you please subscribe and like this video. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first episode of the podcast. How do you feel? You're officially, when this goes out, you're officially a YouTuber.
Good?
Yeah, you buzzing for it?
Yeah.
Good. So today, what are we going to talk about? What did you
like Man United, and like we're doing questions and like about the season.
Yeah, we're going to talk about last season, are we? Okay, we're going to talk about last season and talk about the transfer window, talk about a bit about next season. But before we get into it, we'll talk about you, Harris. So big week for Harris this week. He what happened on Sunday? Soccer Sevens. Tell your fans and followers what happened.
I won the second trophy.
You won the Soccer Sevens Shield for the five-a-sides, didn't you?
I won the shield.
What was your team called? What's your team called?
Tom Ross and Sons.
Shameless plug there. Yep. So so you won that on Saturday. Then what happened on Tuesday or Wednesday? It was.
I got picked for the Forest Mechanics team, under 10s.
Under 10s, so another season for Harris. And then tell them finally what happened today.
I won a trophy for like technology and at my school. It's the Leavers Assembly. Yep.
Class. So a big week in the life of Harris Ross. So in this podcast, Harris is wanting to just talk about his life, football, gaming, all these sort of things. So we're going to try and maybe do it.
We're just going to talk about Man United
this episode.
Video.
Okay. But we'll talk about other things in other episodes. We'll hopefully get an episode maybe once every couple of weeks or something. That's the hope. So will we get into it?
Yes.
Let's go. Okay. So how would you rate Man United's season the 2024, 2025? What do you think of it? What do you make of it?
I'll have to give them 4.5 out of 10.
4.5 out of 10. Why do you think that?
They lost against Tottenham's just...
horrendous. Just summed up the season, didn't it?
They summed up the season, and a 15th in the Premier League. Just cannot believe that.
Aye, horrendous. I would probably give it a 3, and I'm basing it on the fact that maybe I think there's a bit of hope at the end of the season. I know
maybe at 2028 or that.
You're quite keen on this 2028 thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The board have said that by 2028 they want to win the Premier League. They think that's a realistic target. I'll be honest, I'm not so sure, but we'll get on to that. We will get on to that. So what was your favourite match this season?
London's Aston Villa.
One against Aston Villa. End of the season, Martinez getting sent off.
Yeah.
Ironically, he might become a Man United player.
But he might become the Man United goalkeeper. But
imagine that, because he'll be the man. If he signs this season, he'll be banned for the first games because he got that red card against Man United. So that's an interesting fact. Which player surprised you most this season, in a good way or a bad way?
Garnacho's, he's been good this season, but his attitude just not bad.
His attitude stinks, doesn't it?
But like, I have to say he's done really good this season. He's done amazing, but his attitude's just not good.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's had the best season.
But I say he's a good player.
Yeah, you have his name on the back of one of your other shirts, don't you?
Yeah, he's on my t-shirt in my cupboard.
Yeah. For me it was, Bruno Ahmad was the one that surprised me.
Ahmad was good when
he was class.
When we went to Man United against Polk, he was class.
He was
class
2 goals.
Goal.
Went to.
One of the scores was amazing.
Yeah, he was class that night. He's had some good games. The light in the darkness, isn't he? Who was your player of the season?
Playing Man United.
Who was your Man United player of the season? Who was your favourite?
Bruno. He done good.
Consistent. Always the man. Same for me. Do you think Ten Hag? Do you think it was right that he got the sack when he did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I wanted him after the FA Cup final. I wanted him to come.
Out this season.
I wanted him. I thought he deserved a bit more of a chance, but then he came back and he didn't come out fighting. He finished the season fighting, but then he came back the next season, the start of the season, just no fight in him left, I thought. So, I think it was time for him to go. Pleased Ruben Amorim came in. What do you think? Were you pleased with Ruben Amorim?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, I think he's had a tough start, but I still think he's the right man for the job. Yeah. So, what was the most frustrating moment of the season for you?
I have to say that's Tottenham.
Tottenham, that was a stinker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think either team really deserved to win it. Both teams were pretty poor, but
it was unlucky by the goal. He slipped and then it went in.
No, it was
unlucky. I didn't say. I never thought that should probably count, but
you didn't think it should have counted.
Yeah, because Onana kind of got hit.
Okay.
Basically.
I think you're clutching at straws, but we'll go with that. What would you say is the biggest lesson the club should learn from this season?
Go up and try and score. Like they're too scared to run up and just have a shot.
Yeah, just go for it.
Try. It doesn't matter if you don't score. Just get on target.
Yeah. I agree with you there. I think they need to go and have a go next season and be a bit more attacking and a bit more a threat in front of goal. And that kind of brings us on to the transfer window. I think Man United have done a bit of business. Cunha's come in. Yep. Looks like Mbuemo's come in. They're certainly adding in the right places. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
So obviously we've got two players. If there was another couple of players to bring in, who would you go for?
Any player.
Realistic. Go realistic. Who do you think Man United need that they can actually get?
Gyökeres and Martinez.
Gyökeres and Martinez. I think that's a good shout. I mean, I'll be honest. For me, I don't think Onana's as bad as everybody's made out. I know I'm in a minority, but Martinez would be a good signing. Gyökeres clearly score goals.
Yeah.
Can he do it in the Premier League? That we'll find out. Probably due to the fact he'll be at Arsenal, but it would be nice to think we could hijack that at the end. So that's grand.
Yeah.
What positions do you think we absolutely need to strengthen this summer? Striker. We need a striker. Højlund.
I have to say, it was good. When he started the match, he was really good. But when it just came up to here, down, 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 down.
Confidence gone, innit?
His level.
Confidence is gone.
His confidence gone. I'm not trying to be mean, but he needs this confidence.
And do you think he can bring it back? Do you think if he stayed on, do you think he could?
Maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Time will tell. Time will tell. If he doesn't leave, and if you could keep Højlund, I think they certainly have to keep Højlund or Xerxes. Who would you prefer them to keep? If they could only keep one, who would?
Xerxes.
Xerxes, you like Xerxes, don't you?
I don't like him, but I think he's better. I do like him, but I don't think he's the best player, but I have to say he is better than Højlund. I'm the same.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not convinced he's good enough to be a Man United player, but Xerxes. But I think he's at the moment he's definitely better than Højlund. Again, this kind of ties in what we've just been talking about, but who do you think needs to go or who do you think needs to be sold this summer? So obviously a few of them are already out the door, come to the end of their contracts.
I think the end of end Man United, I think Højlund, I have to say Casemiro has been good. I'm not gonna say that, but I'm not. Maybe, but no, I think he's got better, but I'll stay him.
Yeah, so Højlund. What about Mason Mount? Would you like to see him stay? Or do you think he's done enough?
He did do good in one of the matches, but I have to say he's not the best player.
Yeah, I think he's never really got going at Man United.
And he's always on injuries. Like,
Always
what's
injured.
happened?
Always injured.
Like, why is he injured?
Made of glass, mate. Made of glass.
He's made of foam.
Aye.
Foam.
And what about we've got to touch on Rashford and Garnacho. What do you think?
Like, I think Garnacho's attitude. I'll say he's a really good player, but his attitude, I'm not
Attitude's horrendous.
Yeah.
I think you've got to go.
Say he's a really good Man United player though.
Yeah, but no one's bigger than the club, are they?
No.
So you've got a bad attitude. You got to go.
And Rashford.
Different story, I think.
He was going to Aston Villa, but now he said he wants to play with Yamal Barcelona, but they might not want him.
Time will tell. So forget about money, forget about the restrictions that Man United have upon them, that they can't sign the biggest players in the world right now, maybe because of the position they're in, no Champions League football. Forget all that. If they could sign one player in the world, who would you go with?
Mbappe, Dembele, one of them.
Mbappe or Dembele? Mbappe would be a player for me. Maybe like a Jude Bellingham, something like that. That's what I'd like to see. But yeah, I don't think that's realistic. Let's be real about it.
But he's not coming. But like, I really want Donnarumma to come, but he's probably...
Donnarumma, that would be a class signing. In fairness. So finally on transfers, do you think that the club's current recruitment strategy is good? Do you think Ineos have got it right this transfer window so far? Do you think they're going to do the business this summer?
Maybe, percent chance, but time will tell.
Time will tell. I think it
might happen, but like maybe not. It's like middly. Like
if they got in Gyökeres or Osimhen and they got Martinez, I think that
I think they might win the Premier League and they might have a chance.
Wow. Okay, that is big shouts from Harris Ross. You heard it here first on the podcast.
They do have a chance though.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. They might not. Like, I'm just saying it might not happen, or like might well.
Okay.
Time will tell.
We could do a Leicester, come from the depths of the league and go and win it. So again, this kind of ties in what you've just talking about. But what would success look like for Man United next season?
I think they might do good, but they might do bad. I don't really know, but
difficult to tell, isn't it? But if you were, what would you class as successful next season? What would be enough for you to say that was a good season?
Like, just like
top half of the table, top like, 4.
Like top 4, like half. No, not half. Like top 4, like a trophy. That'll be fine.
Cup run, Champions League football again.
Or the FA Cup, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
Or like.
I think the big advantage we've got this season coming up is that we're not in Europe, so.
Yeah, because that's.
It gives us time to prepare for all the games. So yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. We're saying time will tell quite a lot actually.
Time will tell.
Who do you think will be key to having success next year? What players do you think we need to do their best to have big success? Bruno, always first class answer. It's always got to be Bruno. If Bruno has a bad season, we're in trouble, aren't we? I think Bruno, Ahmed, the new signings, they all need to hit the ground running.
Yeah, they just didn't get.
I think the worrying thing for me is that the opening games of the season we have a tough start to the season. So
I think we might actually win something like
get a cup.
Yeah.
League Cup or what's it called? Carabao Cup now, or the FA Cup. That would be good. I would take that. Top 4 and a cup run.
League or like anything.
Aye.
Anything.
Well, Premier League. I think we would all take that as Man United fans.
Or the FA Cup. Or the Champions League.
We're not in the Champions League, mate. We're not going to win that.
Yeah.
But
like if we do, it's time in history.
Yeah.
Maybe. But like in the olden times, they always won it. Yeah, but time will tell.
Time will tell.
I'm not sure though.
What rival club are you most worried about winning it next season? The Premier League, Liverpool. Nobody wants them to win 21, do we? That is a disaster. that would be an absolute disaster. And
They
obviously,
already catch up with us. I'm just not a big fan of them. I hate them.
yeah. So yeah, anybody but Liverpool really. So
Or Man City.
we don't like Man City either, but they've not won anywhere near as us, so we're all good there.
The only thing they always win is just the FA Cup and all.
They've won a few leagues of the late, but we'll not talk about Man City. Yeah. Let's not talk about Man City.
That's bad.
What's your gut feeling? Are we moving? Is Man United moving in the right direction?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel.
I think it's got. I mean, I think the only way. How bad we've been, the only way is up. Right. I mean, there's an argument that Man United could get relegated next season, but I don't think that means down to the Championship. That let's not even go there. Let's not think about that. But if that happens, we are we're goose. So I think that we're on an upward I can't even say the word trajectory. Oh my god. We're on an upward trajectory. So I think Ruben Amorim, I think he's gonna turn things around next season. That's my gut feeling. So on a scale, final question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the forthcoming season?
Feel good, but maybe might not happen.
So out of 10, how excited are you? 0 being not excited at all, 10 being buzzing, we're going to win the league.
Maybe 6.5 out of 10.
I think that's a reasonable answer. I would go like that.
Or like 7.5 out of 10.
I'm 6.5. I would go 6.5. Cautiously optimistic. So, well, that sums up our season review of Man United. You go.
Please subscribe and like the video. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.